Hello guys and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Now today we're doing another preview for the game on Sunday, taking on Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park. Now, I think when we'd seen this fixture at the start of the season, we'd thought maybe Blackburn away, probably one of the nicer fixtures out of the first five we were given, with the likes of Middlesbrough, Watford starting off. But now we're at the actual match day and we've seen the teams play out. I think this is going to be one of our hardest games in these opening five matches that we've seen from the start of the season. Mainly because they've been in top form, haven't they, really, Blackburn Rovers? They do look like a decent side. And also, they've still kept their hands on Mr. Ben Brereton Diaz, who hasn't seemed to be a one-season wonder, with a pretty decent finish against Swansea. Lovely little chip over the goalkeepers. They went on to win 3-0 away at the Swansea.com stadium, and also beating QPR 1-0 at home. So, if you look at that, and then you look at the signing of Sammy Schmodix as well from, I think it's Peterborough, they look like a decent team. They've got under the radar massively, I think. They sit top of the league at the minute. I know it's very early to look into it, because it very much is. But they are a top side. They're very, I think the best way to put it is they're very consistent all around. There's not a single area that's necessarily, I'd say, extremely better than the other, apart from one player, and that is Brereton Diaz. But apart from Brereton Diaz, everyone is kind of on a similar level. Whereas you compare teams like Watford, who've got a few stars like dotted around there, and who else? Norwich, teams like that have a few of these starlets. Not Blackburn, everyone's at the same level. Everyone is equally as decent. I think that kind of takes away their having egos at the club and people who think they're too big for it, because everyone is kind of aiming for the same thing. But saying that, I think we look impressive. We've had two really good performances. I wouldn't say the first half one against Middlesbrough was, but the second half was definitely a great show from the Albion boys. And at home to Watford, we looked terrific, didn't we? We could have smashed them, I think, 4 or 5-1. If it weren't for the fact that they had that... not the fact that they had, the fact that we missed some really easy chances. But yeah, we're going into this game full of confidence. We've taken a good couple thousand fans down, I think, which is great to see. And that's where we're going to thrive, because we've got Ewood Park. They don't really get too many fans there, no offence to them. It's usually about 10k home fans they get, whereas we're taking a proud bunch of Baggies fans. The last time on Ewood Park, it wasn't the loudest ground I've ever been to. Yeah, they had all right limbs, but if I was playing for Blackburn Rovers, I don't really think the fans would motivate me too much, if you get what I mean, because they're not the loudest, maybe away from home. But I think we've got that in our favour, especially after our home atmosphere against Watford. These players are going to be wanting to play for us and get a result, which we were lacking last season, really, because everyone's head was gone. I think Bruce has really brought the boys back together, much more of a team spirit now, and not loads of people wanting to go to different clubs and people not trying. Everyone's going for it. We've got a chance. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, definitely. It's going to be a thrilling game, I think. But I know that people will probably say I'm a bit negative, I'm a bit of a pessimist. I don't really get too excited and think that we're going to do too well in these games, as you've seen from my last two predictions, which, to be fair, I've got one right, and the other one I got the correct result kind of thing, with a draw. But I'm going to go a bit different this time. I think we're going to win, I think we're going to win 2-0. And I'm going to say the goal scorers are going to be Mr. Dara O'Shea off a corner, and the absolute wizard that is Grady Garner, depending on if he plays. Now, if he don't play, I'm going to change that to Matt Phillips, because he loves scoring against Blackburn Rovers, don't he? Really. Especially early on in the season, like he did last year. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Can't wait to go and cheer on the boys. I'm pretty sure I'm vlogging it, which is great. So yeah, I'll be in the concourse, hopefully. Might have a couple of beers as well, depending on the mood I'm in after Saturday. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, up the Albion. Come new Baggies. Now I'm going to hand the video over to Blackburn Roverseas. They're going to give their verdict on the game. made from a different perspective from the bias of me. So yeah, don't forget to check out their channel as well and like and subscribe. They've got some decent stuff on there. So yeah.
Hello folks, my name is Dirk from Blackburn Roverseas, and of course I'm here to talk about Blackburn's chances up against West Brom this coming Sunday. That's right, of course. My hopes and dreams for Rovers this season is a good solid season, hopefully finishing in the top half of the table. 12th to 8th would be great. Of course we've started off with a bit of a bang, sitting top of the table. We'll take it right now, and of course have that bit of bragging rights moving into the game up against West Brom. As for West Brom, I do think they've made decent acquisitions throughout the summer, bringing in Jed Wallace, Swift as well, John Swift, both players who can score goals, good dead balls, good delivery, ready-made championship players, experienced championship players. So really, and of course with a manager such as Steve Bruce, you really got all the tools to really push for promotion. Of course, Daryl DK will be massive as well, Colin Grant as well. You got a lot of really good players, and ultimately with a full season under a coach, you should be pushing top 6, if not top 2. So I have West Brom in that top 3, top 4 sort of bracket at the end of the campaign. Key players for Rovers for me, Kaminsky between sticks. I know he goes under the radar a lot. Doesn't get all the plaudits such as our forwards or attacking or creative players. So I'm going to give Kaminsky a shout out, Ayala as well, and hopefully they will be key to keep the creative forces of West Brom quiet. Moving on, speaking of West Brom again, key individuals for me, I think DK is not going to be available, so keeping Jed Wallace quiet. Is Alex Mowat getting game time? I just read a linking him with Middlesbrough. Again, another ready-made championship player who will give everything for the club or whichever club he's playing for. So, but I'd probably say keeping Jed Wallace quiet, putting a couple of men on him to restrict his opportunities would be ideal. Score prediction for me this weekend, I'm going to go for a draw. I know we've started off great with a couple of wins. West Brom, I think, also unbeaten, and yeah, at home, realistically, we should not be losing this game. And if we can get something, a point or more, would be absolutely fantastic for me as the season progresses. Where can you find the stuff? I do, of course, cover everything Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, and of course World Cup related. You can find me at Blackburn Roverseas. I'll have a preview of this game probably coming at you around about Wednesday or Thursday. We'll have a watch along as well, so make sure you come check us out if you can't go to the game. And appreciate being on here, of course, on West Brom TV. And of course, hopefully I'll see you soon, whenever that is. But until then, I'm Dirk at the Blackburn Roverseas, and I'm out.